Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Nerdsplaining Podcast. I'm your host Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, my co-host Jose Romero.
Greetings, salutations, nerds around the world. Welcome.
Take a deep breath, nerds. Take a deep breath.
Always take a deep breath. It's a very sad day. We'll get into that a little bit later.
It was a great sad day in nerddom. Great sad day in nerddom.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of stuff going on. We got CinemaCon going on currently, they're showing a bunch of stuff on that one. So I got slight news with James Gunn coming in a second that I heard recently about that. I think Disney's tomorrow, I believe. But I mean, well, maybe they show some Deadpool footage. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess.
Deadpool's really it.
There's nothing else. What else? Well, they maybe Acolyte.
But that's something. TV. Would they show CinemaCon TV as well?
Well, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. That's the only thing they can show, unless they have footage for Captain America. I don't know. Maybe
a trailer. Maybe.
I don't know. Think of that. Just some footage. I mean, other stuff they showed footage. There was not a lot of stuff coming out as far as Geek World is concerned. So whatever. Right. I'm not sure. I don't remember if Sony has a presentation or not. But do we really want them to? What are you gonna get Craven?
If you want something to talk about, yeah, but you can just watch car accidents happen. You can talk about that too. It doesn't mean it's good.
Exactly. So whatever. So the little tidbits. I think Warner Bros. Was yesterday. And not a whole lot there. You know, it's funny because I saw something about 2 movies from M. Night Shyamalan. From Shyamalan anyway. And I was like, wait,
all right. 2?
And there was one, but the other one was actually his daughter. I had no idea she directed.
Oh.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah, she's throwing her hat in the ring. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, good for you.
Is her name N. Night Shyamalan?
I don't know, maybe. Nancy Shyamalan. Maybe it's Mary. Maybe it's the same M. Night. I don't know. Maybe. I forgot what that movie was called. But anyway, nothing really came out yesterday from Warner Bros. For the most part. I know today they showed nothing much. I think Universal, Lionsgate. They showed some the spinoff, the John Wick spinoff with.
Oh, really? With the ballerina, right?
The ballerina, thank you. Yeah, they show some footage, and there's a scene with her and John Wick fighting together, from what I hear. So that's kind of.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Always a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm all for it.
You want to talk about a series, an IP, a series that really did the right moves all across the board. John Wick got popular, but knew how to bow out gracefully. Great. I wish we were just having to talk with somebody about how John Wick is one of the few franchises that ended it ended strong.
If it ends, let's see if they do another one. I got a feeling they may squeeze one out. Which is,
I hope not. I really don't.
I'm good either way. I'm in a way I don't want them to, but in the same way I'm like, God damn, I just want to see more. You know, it's you know, I get it.
It's weird because I've been introducing John Wick to some people who haven't seen it yet, and they're like, it's weird there's 4 movies. And I go, because John Wick was never supposed to be a series. It was supposed to be a done in one. And then they got popular. Yeah. So really, part 1 is kind of like the prequel. And then 2, 3, 4 is the trilogy. Because that series is really what the series is. But first one is just like, how did he get on the run? You got to watch the first one. Even though, so
that's funny. And it's funny now how it's become like, I know we're off topic, but whatever. It comes like one of those, John Wick has become like Kleenex right now. You see a movie action. Oh, it's a John Wick movie, right? Like,
it's a John Wick, like the movie Monkey King. A lot of people are like
the Monkey Man.
Indian John Wick. I'm like, okay, cool.
Which, by the way, it's not. It's an insult to John Wick. And I like Monkey Man. But it's got 2 action scenes, right?
Only?
They're good. Yeah, it's not an action film for the most part. That's why you throw that word around. People got to be careful with the verbiage.
Right.
You want to say it's got slight John Wick. It's not. It's not John Wick India. It's not. It's just.
No one said it's only 2 actors. They made it sound like it was John Wick in India in a sense, right?
No. I mean, it's like it's very. The pace is a little off second act particularly. But it's got one very cool fight scene in the middle, and the third act is great. It really is. Really good action. But it's not John Wick by any stretch. It should never be associated. Not that it's not good, but it sets the wrong expectation. You say, it does. John Wick with this. Calm down, people. Let's relax. This one John Wick, just leave it at that, right? And what happened with Speed, too. Remember, Speed on the boat and Speed on the train and Speed on the air. God, back up with Keanu Reeves. Maybe it's Keanu Reeves thing.
It's The Matrix.
The Matrix.
The Matrix
oh,
was
Matrix, like, wait, so go figure. But either way, so let's get into some of the nuggets and stuff.
Let's do it.
Let's see what something may drop. I got my phone on me just in case. But let's start with DC. We talked about Warner Bros. And before we get to James Gunn stuff, there was, again, he's tweeting as usual. This barrage of tweets and responses to the fans and whatever. It's like there's a lot of speculation to this day about who the main villain may be. We know Lex Luthor was in it.
Right.
You and I talked about we didn't think he was going to be the main guy, quote unquote, right?
Well, we thought it was going to be like the guy who made made the other bad guy happen, but still like. So he was going to be the machinations guy. He was going to be the guy who had a plan.
Not necessarily the villain, right? The face of it.
Right.
But apparently that is the case. According to James Gunn, he's saying no. Okay. He is the main villain in 2025 Superman.
All right. I'm good with that.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I would assume that it only works if, like you said, he creates something. I don't know. I love Lex
so many
Luthor,
things he can create. He can create giant robots, which is a staple of Luthor. He can create.
I mean, do you really want to see giant robots? Come on.
I kind of do. Not lying.
Nobody wants to see that.
I want to see a giant robot. That's what makes Superman awesome. Is he beats up giant kaiju robots. Yeah.
This is going to be interesting, and I'm curious, but at least he did confirm it. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Lex Luthor's there.
He's got an Iron Man power suit that he makes that everyone knows. There's been certain stories where he creates a clone of Superman that becomes Bizarro. There's been some where he opens up a portal.
I mean, if there's something like a Bizarro or whatever,
right?
In the I guess I just don't want it to be like, because we saw something like that in Batman v Superman, right?
Sure.
And that didn't quite work. That movie was a little overstuffed.
Well, here's the thing.
Don't get me wrong.
I wish
this is
I
Zack
came
Snyder
up with this idea. I wish I came up with this idea, but one of the other review sites I happen to be watching and came across, and I was like, oh, that's a great pull. They're not going to do it, but it'd be great if they did. If Henry Cavill was the Bizarro Superman, I'm like, that would be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be the greatest movie I've ever seen. Terry. Just throw it out there. Throw it happen. That would be kind of cool, actually, to be honest with you. That would be really cool. How awesome would that be? That would really blow up the internet without question.
Oh yeah.
So that's interesting. But sticking with James Gunn, he made I think by video at this CinemaCon.
All right.
And Peter Safran as well, of course, the co-CEO, and they brought footage of Superman.
Oh.
Superman, the Christopher Reeve story documentary. I meant to say. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me clear.
Not cool, Jose. Not cool.
Well, listen. I did hear from a couple people who I know that were there when they showed parts of that trailer. Obviously, dealing with the story of Christopher Reeve, the tragic story. There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, yeah, man.
Obviously, right? So, I mean, it looked really good. But, I mean, yeah. But what my friends thought, he's like, oh, when I said, oh, Superman, they all like, oh, my God. And then, just like your reaction, okay. Listen, I love Christopher Reeve,
Because it's not even, it's this whole like, oh, just Christopher Reeve. It's like, you made me remember everything I know about the guy. And I got sad at the way it ended.
I know, right? Like, yeah, I know. And it does touch on, obviously, it's going to touch on all that. This looked really good. But, yeah, everyone was like, you can
the guy started out Superman. He ended up as like Professor X with chemo. Oh, it's the saddest story ever.
You gotta laugh, folks. You gotta laugh. So that was a little. It's like, damn it, no Superman. Comic-Con, I guess maybe. By the way, let's stick with Superman and stick with DC because one news came out about Supergirl.
Oh.
And I guess there's a director in talks, which means he's on board, and that's Craig Gillespie. At this point, Craig Gillespie, who's going to be pretty much tapped to direct it. Now he's pretty much on a tear recently. He did Dumb Money, which I really liked.
Okay.
That was a good movie, like very recently. He did I, Tonya, another good film.
Okay. Yeah, it's good too.
He did. And then he did, what was the other one? I'm losing. Craig Gillespie. I'll look it up right now. My apologies. Because there's another third film he did recently. Oh, Coretta. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, that's a solid movie too.
Which was a lot better than Any Business Being. Right?
Yeah, that movie was surprisingly entertaining. It's like the Wonka movie. It shouldn't have been that good, yet it was.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm caught on Disney Plus like, this isn't bad, man. It should have released maybe did it release in theaters? I don't remember.
It did release in theaters, but it was released during the pandemic. So it was one of those.
I know it was the same date and day like Black Widow. So those are 3 really solid films in a row.
Yeah.
Really good films. So that's good. That's good news. Again, choosing the right people behind the camera, right?
And the thing is, if you look at those 3 movies, all 3 of those movies were better than they should have been. Like they should have been a certain level,
Yes.
and because the right people behind the camera, the right team put it together, right casting, they elevated those projects to something really stand outish. And that's what you want with Supergirl. Is like you may think you know what a Supergirl movie is, but we're gonna give you something better, and that's
Exactly, because
exactly what.
all three of those movies were unique in their own way. They had their own style, which
Absolutely.
is interesting, right? And two of
And
them,
two of those are female centric lead
I was about to
movies.
say, yeah, we are obviously with Emma
I
Stone
Tanya and Cruella.
and what's her face, Barbie, and Margot Robbie on that one. So
Right.
big stars, and now I forgot her name from Game of Thrones, but that's a good choice, man. That looks solid. That's the more important piece of the director.
Yeah.
It really is. You get a good director. Okay, so is the movie going to be good? We'll find out. We'll find out. But that's a good sign. They got someone good behind the camera. There's so many good directors. We always think about the same 5, 6 people all the time, and we all make
Right.
a mistake. There's a lot of people in there make good films.
Yeah.
They're out there, man. They really are. So good for them. So I like this a lot. Let's give DC a break. We'll get to MCU in a second. But this one's interesting. And I forgot your thoughts on this, and I'll ask you in a minute. But apparently they announced the Matrix 5, Warner Bros. Moving forward, without the Wachowski sisters, I guess I want to say brothers, at the helm at this time. Did you like? I know we talked about the last one. Did you like the last one?
No, I didn't like it, but I did, and I'll tell you why. I liked it because the movie literally was saying they were going to make this movie without us. So let's make a movie about the Matrix going ahead without the creators. The creator inserted themselves in to give it everyone a middle finger going, this is my project. You can't touch it. Man. And it was garbage, but it was fun garbage because of what the meta context of everything was. That being said, I really hope Matrix 5 starts with the last 5 minutes of Matrix 4, and then they unplug and go, that was crazy. And then I'm in. The movie could just be dogs taking dumps on the sides of the road for 2.5 hours. And I'm like, bravo. You did it, guys.
Man.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're even doing this, to be honest with you. I mean, this franchise, I won't say this franchise is dead. And we both love The Matrix.
Love The Matrix.
Love Matrix, right? But
even 2 and 3, which has its massive share of problems.
It's got all kinds of issues, without question. But I did like the movie. The second one. The third one's fine. But apparently Drew Goddard, if I'm saying that right, he had an idea for the film. He presented it to Warner Bros. And they liked it. For whatever that's worth. Now he does some good stuff as a writer and all that.
The Daredevil.
There were series, yeah. He's in there. Cabin in the Woods, surprisingly good film. The Martian, great
Solid
film.
movie.
Really good. World War Z. The ending was not him. That was the studios, just for just that the record show that. Because that wasn't a bad movie at all. Cloverfield, he was involved in that, so he's done a lot of stuff. So that's good, and I guess he had an idea for it. Whatever take he has, and listen, like roll with it. But
that's a creative that I'm really excited about because he's got such a solid body of work, and whenever he gets to do things the way he wants to do it, it comes out really strong.
Right. The fact that Warner Bros. Jumped on it, great, because I mean the last one didn't make that much money, so I don't think Warner Bros. Was itching to jump back into the Matrix pool per se, get plugged in.
And maybe because they're bringing Goddard in, they probably thought of a good movie that's not going to blow the bank either. Like.
Right, they can do something very simple for the most part, right?
Remember, Dune 2 only $135 million.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they pulled it off. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Disney listed that, you can do it for 130, whatever it is, and then fucking 300 for Indiana Jones. This is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just out of control. So it's good to see. Do you want to see a new cast?
I'm always.
Do you want to wipe out? Let's assume it's the new Matrix.
Right.
And
we talked about this.
Should it be involved in
Matrix 4, they did a lot of what they wanted to do with the story, focus on the actors, and I get that, but the action was a dud.
The action was a dud, which surprised the shit out of me, yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. And because he did Daredevil, and Daredevil's got great action scenes, knowing how to do things practically to make it look awesome, i.e. the hallway scene, like, bring that level of ingenuity back to the Matrix.
I mean, the Matrix style combined with, because obviously the action genre we're talking about, John Wick, has changed a lot
tremendously.
If you combine that new way of doing action with technology and whatever innovation you can get away with in a Matrix world, come on, it's gold, man. I mean, just
think of it this way: imagine the fight scenes from Winter Soldier, Matrixized.
That's what I'm saying. You can do
so much.
So yeah, absolutely. So I'm curious. I'm curious what direction they go with. I hope they really just do something brand new.
Yeah.
Like cut ties from. I don't want to see. I love Keanu Reeves, of course, but I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him.
I wouldn't mind
A
if
quick
it's
cameo or
literally
something.
like
Fine.
rebooted. So it's like, oh, it's your Neo, but you got a skin over you, and that's it. So you are that character, but you have to look like that character because
correct.
you've been rebooted.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
So,
yeah, a new version, whatever it is. And you can go. There's so many ideas you can take this. It really is. So I'm hoping. He's a good writer. So I'll get a benefit of that. If anybody else, like they had announced Drew Goddard's writing, I'd be like,
right.
Here we go. But okay, let's see. MCU. We always got to jump into MCU, and then we'll get like DC in a second. But news dropped, and this one we got wind that it was Silver Surfer, right? Got cast. We thought it was me, Anya Taylor-Joy. Obviously, that didn't come to fruition. They got Julie Garner, of course, from Ozark, who's great in that show, and the other show. I forgot the other show on Netflix. Reinventing Anna or something.
I thought it was Eve, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. You may be right. I forget. But really good. She was great. So now she's been officially cast as the version of the Silver Surfer on that. So that's the big news. So no surprise, but as far as the character, but the actress, she's great. I like her a lot. I think that's a big win.
Really charismatic, real feisty.
Yeah.
I hope she yells at Galactus, "If you want to stop me, you have to kill me."
Oh my God. Kill me.
Or if when
Great
she
scene.
hears Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic create this giant idea on how to stop her, he's like, well, clearly you don't know shit about fuck. Either one of those lines, I'm in.
Make this rated R again, damn it. So this is going to be, and if I got you, the female version of Silver Surfer or whatever.
Right, so
yeah.
the character's called Shia LaBeouf. Now, here's a twist. Shia LaBeouf is actually the girlfriend of Norrin Radd, the guy who typically becomes the Silver Surfer. She was the princess of the planet. He was the head scientist. Galactus came in and he said, "Please spare my planet. If you do, I will be your herald. I will find you planets to eat." And Galactus imbues him with the power cosmic, and he becomes Silver Surfer. Now, making her Shia LaBeouf, there's been instances of Shia LaBeouf being Silver Surfer in both the Earth X story and certain Marvel What If storylines. But the thing that a lot of people are noticing that I'm not freaking out over at all is that if you look at the artwork for the Fantastic Four, and there's been 3 artwork things, they're not in real 616
I was going to bring that up. There's been a lot of rumors. It's
So
not confirmed.
I think,
it's just art. But
right.
So
I think what's going to happen is that she will be the Silver Surfer of that universe, but the rumor is that universe gets destroyed, and the Fantastic Four gets stuck in the 616, leads to the into Secret Wars, and then when they reboot the whole universe, the Fantastic Four will always have been there. But I think she will die with the universe, helping the Fantastic Four escape into the 616.
She's a one and done.
One and done.
Okay.
I think so.
Interesting. That could be good or bad, I guess. There is the talks about it being a different universe, which will make sense if they're going to be in the 60s, as the initial poster led on. Because obviously, that's the only way to explain it. Otherwise, we would have known about.
No one brought up.
Right, no one brought it up
this whole time.
Right, like 40 years. Okay, so that makes sense, I guess. And yeah, I would assume they pop up. They use the multiverse, introduce them, whatever. But I guess this will kind of close the door on Doctor Doom.
I don't think so.
Unless,
because
if they're gonna be Doctor Doom, I would assume Doctor Doom will make sense in the new world. I don't know.
I think what's going to happen is Doctor Doom he'll still be Victor Von Doom in that universe. He will not have turned yet. He will be a rival of Mr. Fantastic.
Right. You can bring the guy who eventually becomes Doctor Doom, but he won't be Doctor Doom in the iteration we know him as, basically.
With the universe dying, he's going to try something to try to stop it. You'll think he died, but he will be actually stuck in the multiversal tree,
right?
And he'll bump into Kang.
I guess. I'd like to have seen Doom. There could be another film he may be in, right? We don't know, but I don't want him get a first introduction to that version of Doom in the Kang Avengers.
No,
I don't want to see that. Right?
You won't see Victor. You won't see Doctor Doom. You'll see Victor Von Doom, the man.
No, but I'm saying I don't want that version of Doctor Doom. Inevitably will come out at some point. I don't want it to be his first time as that in Secret Wars.
I think what's going to happen, because
it should come out before as an introduction to him, and then lead him into.
I think that when you get to Secret Wars, you will see him start to inherit the idea of
Kang Dynasty. What I meant to say,
right? I think you'll see him inherit the identity of Doctor Doom at the very end of Secret Wars when they reboot the whole universe. Okay. That's when he goes, and what happened to Victor? And he goes, Lavartia, I took it over. I'm Doctor Doom. Like you'll see him become Doctor Doom at the end of Secret Wars.
So he's not going to be Doctor Doom. He's not going to be part of, as far as the villains in any of these films.
He'll be Victor Von Doom trying to do
he'll be there, but I'm saying he's not going to be the villain in any of these movies. Is that what we're saying? No.
Okay,
I got you.
He will help Kang because he thinks it's the best option.
Right.
He will eventually destroy himself trying to do what he thinks is right. And because he'll blame Reed for it, he becomes the Doctor Doom.
Right. So he'll be an enemy moving forward. I'm fine with that. I'd rather see that than just throw him in haphazardly.
It's Doctor Doom. Yeah.
Right. Here he is. Hey, all of a sudden with Kang, who's just, I don't want to see that. So I like that. If that's the approach they take, I'm fine with that.
And because Kang has that green armor, he can show that that's how Doom became Doom, is he inherited the Kang armor and used that to become.
That could make sense. The event spawn.
I like that. It's almost like you know how like Harley Quinn in the DCU, you saw her in Suicide Squad, and then you saw her in The Suicide Squad, and then you saw her in Birds of Prey.
The correction, it was the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad.
I'm sorry, the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad, and then The Suicide Squad, and then Birds of Prey. Like she had an arc, and I think you'll see Victor Von Doom become Doom in Fantastic Four, and then Kang Dynasty or whatever Avengers 5 is, and then at the end of Secret Wars, that's when he becomes Doom.
Gotcha. What about Galactus?
Galactus will probably be the big bad for the first Fantastic Four.
Is he one and done?
No, because a lot of people don't know this. Galactus is the last living entity of his universal timeline. And then when the universe resets itself and starts again, he crosses over. And because of that, he becomes this cosmic entity because he's in the beginning of the birth of the universe. And of course, it makes sense you're making Javier Bardem be Galactus because since he's Hispanic, we have a history of crossing certain borders, and so he will go into this new universe.
Is he gonna cross legally to Doom?
I don't know if he's gonna. He will literally be an alien. He will be an alien, and he will cross over, and he will be taking the jobs of other cosmic entities.
He's taking Dr. Doom's job. Yo, I'm the bad guy here. What's going on?
That's what he's gonna do.
This is bullshit.
I don't know how far we could take it. I'm glad we stopped there.
We'll stop there. That's a good. We're off the rails. I love it. So that'll be interesting. I'm not gonna create what happens with Galactus and stuff, but I mean, I did want to see Doom here, but whatever. I mean, I hope. I don't think this is going to be Fantastic Four its own thing. I really don't want that to happen.
No,
that'd be a waste of time. That'd be a waste of time. It would be.
Galactus is such a big character, like literally such a big character. To make him a done in one would be a waste of such a solid,
huge mistake if they do that, because we see them do one and done villains before, not always, but we haven't. So that would be a huge mistake. So I hope not.
And say what you will about so many different franchises, Fantastic Four's villains are so big. They at least deserve 2, if not 3 shots at the big villain mark.
Silver Surfer can be one and done. That's fine. Whatever.
But he's not even a villain. He's a hero.
Well, yeah. Well, right. But we can both, whatever. Start one way and the other way. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah.
But Galactus, if he's one and done, come on.
Galactus and Doctor Doom, they're no way one and done villains. Absolutely not.
Incredibly disappointed that happens. I really would be. But let's see. But let's go back to DC and CinemaCon, because they dropped a big trailer of Joker Part 2.
Oh yeah.
The world's a stage here. Of course, Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn dropping this trailer. I was so curious. I think a lot of people were curious about what we were gonna get out of this thing, and yeah, dude, I gotta say, it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Can I tell you the scene that got me?
Mm-hmm.
The scene that got me. It's so simple. But the way they lined up the shot, I was like, oh man, if you're putting this much attention to detail.
With the smile thing?
The smile. Right across the glass.
That was amazing.
I was like,
was amazing.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I am here for it.
That's a chef's kiss right there.
Went right away.
Yeah, chef's kiss right. That was a brilliant scene. Oh my God. Love it. I kind of wish they saved it for the film, but I get it. I do.
Yeah.
But that was great. And that scene alone, like, what are we to expect out of this film, right? The first one was really good, right? No doubt about it.
Surprisingly good.
Surprisingly
Once again,
good.
super dark. but
super dark,
surprisingly.
and the tone. This tone seems the same, and it's still a question about there's rumors about the 15 different musical numbers or whatever, of current music or whatever, or established music, not new music, kind of like Moulin Rouge, I guess in a way. I don't know how they didn't show much of that. There's a kind of a scene where they show them kind of like dancing or like
there's
in a
like
show or
two
something.
scenes where you see them singing and dancing. Like there's one that says like Arkham Hotel.
The Arkham Hotel,
on the
cool.
rooftop.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like something they're putting on. This is in their heads. I don't know yet. And that's fine.
Oh, no, it's totally in their head because there's that shot where you see them dancing with the camera pins around.
No, right.
They're now on the street level. And everything's going chaos.
I think they'll probably show us more later. I'm curious how the musical aspect gets intertwined with this. But look, it looked really good, man. She looks great. I loved her. I think she's a great, cast for.
Listen,
I
got to tell you, I was very apprehensive of Lady Gaga until I saw Stars Born. And I was like, man, this chick got it too.
I got okay.
Solid. So, yeah, I'm in.
I'm in. Yeah, it looked great. It looked really good. So
I will say, I don't know what's more disturbing, the tone of the movie or how gross Joaquin Phoenix looks without a shirt on. It is every time.
It's close. It's a close call, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm like, is it the movie that's making me feel bad, or is it your physicality?
Know,
Both of those are. I mean, it's all intent. It's all on purpose. None of this is accidental, but it is so well done that it's making me feel bad.
Because he lost a lot of weight in the first one, if I'm not mistaken, and he did the same here, obviously. Because there's that one scene, because there was a teaser to the teaser trailer, whatever, and it's just him screaming out, whatever, in the yard or whatever, and for like 10 seconds or whatever it was, and he's so thin. It's like Jesus,
so thin.
I don't know how he does. I'm jealous.
But hey, that's Oscar dedication for you.
No, it is. I'm kind of curious to see. I don't think it's ever happened before.
A twofer?
A twofer for the same character? We've never seen that.
Listen.
I doubt it, but
he's got a lot to make up for Napoleon. Okay, so
that's true. He's got to come back strong.
For the fence of this one, baby.
Holy crap! That's a good. Yeah, that was not a good movie at all. But this looks
Napoleon with an American accent. I mean, come on, seriously.
That was. But I blame really for that, not him. Then I don't know whose idea it was, but the director allowed it. That's at the end of the day, that's his fault. But come on, Joaquin, you're better than that. We all know you're better than that.
But clearly, he looks like he's coming in hot for this.
Oh no, yeah, look, it looks great, and yeah. So let's see. I'm very hopeful on that one. Back to Marvel, the last nugget here, because we have to talk about X-Men. But before we do that, they just got this notice real quick. I want to take some time in memoriam here for some very sad news they just received. And that is, of course, the sad passing of Gambit, who's no longer with us. So prayers and condolences to all the fans of Gambit. He's no longer with us anymore. Very sad. And that's what X-Men gave us, of course, 97. A bold move. A great move.
You want to talk about how do you smack the taste out of every Marvel naysayer's mouth? X-Men 87, Episode 5, remember it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like, I was like, that's not going to happen. I think we're spoiling it, obviously. My bad. Whatever.
Yeah, you ruined it, dude.
Whatever. But no, yeah, when he got stabbed, and I was like, it was to the side. I'm no big deal.
First of all, I want to bring out something that I've watched a lot of reviewers talk about, and they've missed the mark on so much. As a nerd, I'm upset. Okay. Right? Here's the thing. Everyone is talking about, so they go to Genosha. Mm-hmm. They're having a gala, and galas are typically something that happens in Krakoa, which is the era of X-Men we're in right now. It's just wrapping up. They have their own mutant government. Mm-hmm. And Magneto gets appointed, which ironically I thought was kind of weird. They appointed Magneto the Chancellor of Genosha, which is kind of what Hitler was. So kind of weird to give him that. I was like, it makes me feel weird.
Ironic.
I was super hyped that I got to see Banshee. I was like, that's my dude. I'm so
that's right. That's your guy. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was super excited. And then, of course, you can't be happy in an X-Men episode or a comic book for too long, because if you're happy, they're going to wipe the smile off your face by curb stomping your hopes and dreams. And this massive monster kaiju or sentinel shows up, a master mold, and just starts destroying. Now everyone's going, they're doing the mutant massacre. No, they're not, you bunch of idiots. They're doing E is for Extinction, the Grant Morrison run of X-Men, which literally starts with the same kaiju sentinel killing 16 million mutants. It is a genocide of the high. So what you're seeing in this episode is Grant Morrison's E is for Extinction, not the mutant massacre. They've combined a lot of also X-Men Hellfire Gala #3, where Nimrod, the future Sentinel, comes in with a bunch of Orcus and other Sentinels, and they murder a lot of mutants. There's other stuff that happens. It gets a little complicated, but there's another massacre as well. So they can combine the Gala of Slaughter of Hellfire Gala #3 with Grant Morrison's Ease for Extinction. In the course of the slaughter, you see a lot of X-Men die. I think Banshee died. I'm not 100% sure, but it broke my heart a little bit on that. Nightcrawler came in like a G, almost died twice, still alive at the end. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
There's a mutant in this cartoon called Glob Herman. You may have seen him in other cartoons. In this one, where he's just like a jelly man with a skeleton inside. That guy's mutant power is completely useless. Somehow that motherfucker survived. Are you kidding me? Out of all the people that could have died, that dude's like, huh? What? Fuck you, Glob Herman. There's other people that deserve that fuck. You are a waste of a mutant social security card number. You know what I'm saying? I love the X-Men. You're a waste. With that being said, in the battle, Magneto goes down. Magneto comes in hard. Magneto comes in like you're gonna think, oh, this dude is gonna turn the tide of battle. He gets taken out.
Well, no confirmation if he's dead or not.
No, he got taken out. Like there's no.
They haven't showed it. We need to see a body before we make that. Just saying.
There are so many bodies to be shown.
But you gotta. Magneto's not like a side character, right? He's
episode
not.
5 of X-Men '97.
Let's see.
Is like an Instagram girl who lives in South Beach. That body count is high. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. He dies.
I'm not sure who went down. I think he's still alive. There's no confirmation. He may very well be. I'm not. No doubt about it.
He literally said,
I gotta see it.
Don't be scared in German as the wave plowed through him and Leech. Remember, Leech is there. That kid's power is to take away mutant powers.
Right.
He's the worst person to protect.
I know.
Everything you do,
what's Magneto thinking?
It's the worst. So then Magneto dies.
Let's see by him. I'm still not sold on it yet.
Magneto dies. Rogue goes full kamikaze mode right at it. Gambit knocks her out of the way. Gambit looks like he's going to do like the Mission Impossible run to take down the Sentinel. And out of nowhere, this Sentinel just shoots like one tentacle through the air and to his side. And he's bleeding. And Gambit, with his last bit of life in him, kinetically charged the cable that connects to the Sentinel, charges him up, and he says his line, the name's Gambit.
Right, yeah.
Remember it.
Yeah.
Which is the title of the episode.
Yeah.
And it blows up. Yeah. And at the end of the episode, everyone's watching in shock. The scene of when the X-Men are seeing what happened in Genosha is literally from X-Men 1-14 of the Easy for Extinction run. And it ends with Rogue holding Gambit's charred, burnt up corpse, crying. She's like, Gambit, I can't feel you.
Yeah.
And it is the biggest gut punch ever. Now, I will say, as amazing as it is, and I am all for it, I will say, unfortunately, this whole episode is emotional bullshit.
Okay.
Because they've set up from the beginning 2 major things in this series. Number 1, Bishop went into the future to save young Nathaniel, who shows up in this episode as Cable.
Yeah.
They've introduced time travel. One of the best X-Men movies of all time, X-Men Days of Future Past, is a time travel movie, which they literally go back in time to change the past to save their present. And when Cable shows up in this episode and he finds Madame Briar, he literally says, damn it, not again. I'm too late. I'm sorry, Mom. And he teleports out. This episode is to get you all on your feels, to raise the level, but it will be at the end, the 3-part, which is Acceptance is Extinction.
Okay.
It is going to be a time travel storyline where they will reboot and save all the X-Men that died, all the mutants that died in Genosha. That is what I
really
think.
don't want to see that. I really don't.
It's going to happen. You can't kill Gambit. He's too popular of a character.
I wouldn't doubt it. Which is why it's a bold move. And if you make a move like that, stick with it. That's what I always say, right? Stick with it.
I agree as well, but
I hope not. Because it cheapens. It really just undermines the power of the
episode. It doesn't, because the X-Men always do this. If they... Literally, right now.
In comic strip, I'm sure, and that's just a show, you don't normally see that. You see it in the MCU now more and more and more.
Right.
But that being said, it's not like 2 episodes later, here he is, I'm sure it's gonna happen. Don't get me wrong.
Look,
I'm sure it's gonna happen.
One of the best things about Endgame is they didn't negate the snap. They found a way to bring everyone back. So everything happened was real. There was no time difference. They just brought everyone back 5 years later. So it mattered. But
but people died too. I mean,
people died, right? Yeah, like Vision died, and
understood
Black
that,
Widow
right?
died.
As far as we know.
But you can't. They're not going to kill Gambit. Gambit's too big of a character. Magneto's too big of a character.
No,
you can't kill
Magneto's him. Magneto's not dead now. I'm not buying that right now. I gotta see the body.
Magneto's going to come back.
Gotta see the body.
Just like because there was so many.
I think Magneto will come back because you have to. Gambit, I'm not saying he's expendable, but if you're gonna bring one out of two, you bring back Magneto, leave Gambit the way it is. They try to save both. They can only save one, and they choose, which I'm fine with.
Look, what they have to do is they have to bring back Banshee. That's what we all can agree.
Make Banshee the leader of the X-Men. Let's stop fucking around. Let's put him at the helm, right, the head of the table.
That's what I'm saying. Make him like second in command. He doesn't got to be first. Put him second in command.
He must be
Make
first.
this matter again.
Cyclops has gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's the man right now. Storm's out of the way. Jean Grey.
Banshee used to be the leader of Generation X. He has leadership skills.
Wolverine's not a leader. Let's be honest. Jubilee, really? I mean, who's left? Rogue's destroyed and distraught. Losing both guys, right?
Sunspot's a rich Brazilian. He doesn't know what's going on.
What's going on?
As a Brazilian, I'm talking about. I'm middle class Brazilian.
Banshee is a natural choice to slay.
Let's
take that.
Bring back Banshee better. That's it. Bring back Banshee better. That's it.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. But it was. I mean, and that's episode was really good. I loved that was pure nostalgia.
The Mojo episode was fun.
Pure nostalgia with the video game. I was like,
nostalgia.
Oh my god, I was like playing the game, like they're showing us the game, like oh my god, it was awesome.
It was the '80s arcade game. It was fantastic.
So cool. I was like, oh my god, I love it.
I loved all of it. The Madeline Pryor episode was a great hard take on the X-Men, literally classic Universal monster kind of stuff going on. I mean, this whole series has been so fantastic. But as I was watching it, I was like, everyone's focusing on Gambit dying,
of course, and
all the other mutants and Magneto dying. No one's addressing the time traveling mutant was there. So if the time traveling mutant, they've already front loaded. Hey, this is got it.
I really hate that.
We're gonna reverse this.
It's so lazy, but whatever. I get it, but it's just lazy. It really is. I get it. It is.
Now
lazy.
here's the thing: in the comics, Genosha happened. 16 million mutants did die. They may find a way to bring back a handful of them. But that tragedy will probably still stay for the most part. Maybe be minimized.
I think it needs to. I mean, look, you can bring back certain people, fine, or maybe they try to say they can. I don't know, figure something out. Like they can't change everything. I guess I'm okay with that. But I guess, and Magneto, let's see. But I think Magneto, if he's dead, he's coming back. Obviously,
the only other way
to have Magneto next man. That's just there's no way around.
The only other way that I could see them trying to save it, Jubilee literally says when they were first meet Sunspot, she's asking, "What are immune powers?" She goes, "What are immune powers? You shoot gold balls." There's literally a character in the X-Men called Gold Balls, who later becomes known as Egg, that he shoots gold balls out of his body. But during the Krakoa era, with Proteus he's in it. There's like Rachel Gray, which is one of the Phoenixes. They become the 5 mutants who are able to rebirth, not clone, literally rebirth dead X-Men in these gold eggs. And they're born with all the memories, all their powers, the whole thing. So that would be the other way, which is they're able to regrow or reborn these dead mutants through the 5 process. Because they already mentioned gold balls in it too. So there's another way out if you don't want to completely change it.
Right.
But I don't think Gambit's going to be dead. They're going to bring
at least, and if they're going to do it, which I think inevitably is likely, and I get you 100%. Wait till the end of the season or something. Give us time to let this marinate, because a lot of shows make that mistake that someone dies and you just
it's going to be the end of the season. It's going to be like the last episode of the season.
Yeah, let things marinate. Let them sit on this for a while. The impact
it's not going to be the next episode. Not at all.
No.
It's the last episode.
I would doubt it, but I don't want to see that, because we've seen a lot of shows go that route, and I hate that. It's like, dude, let it marinate a bit, right? How does it affect the group and that dynamic? That's interesting. So next week, let's say. So I doubt it. You're right. 10th episode, whatever. It's 10 episodes? Yeah, 10 episodes.
10 episodes, yeah.
Fine. I can live with that. Because I think you're right. He probably is going to come back. I mean, who are we kidding?
Yeah,
Let's be
and especially but listen, let's give credit where credit's due with the series. You want to talk about a series that shows that every X-Men is as cool as Wolverine? This cartoon is doing it. Every X-Men.
Wolverine's like the least interesting one, I think.
That's what I'm saying right now, man.
And that's
Typically
not a knock on the
Wolverine
show,
is
right? It's not knock. That's a good thing about the show, right?
yeah,
Rogue's getting her due. Gambit, obviously. Magneto, and what happened?
Cyclops.
Jean Grey, Cyclops.
Everyone's getting to do.
Yeah, this isn't
Great.
the Wolverine show.
Jubilee got her due.
Right, even she's worthless, but even she. The worst.
Don't say that about my Jubilee.
No, she's great. She's great in New Year's and July 4th. No doubt to bring her over. But whatever. I don't know.
She's great if you're in a rave and you're on substances, but you don't have glow sticks. You hang out Jubilee. I'm seeing the colors, man.
People tripping on acid. She can be a great acid, no doubt about it.
And listen, you saw them take down Mojo. Her powers evolved to a really powerful level.
Eventually, let's get to that. But you're right. But
time and effort, baby.
But she's getting her due. I mean, everyone's getting her due. So they're doing a really good job spreading the love around.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Kudos. Absolutely. So lucky, thank God this guy wrote second season before you got canned, because then I would have been upset.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but he's recently come back online.
Oh, has he?
Okay. Yeah, and he's talking about the series actively. So I don't know if it's something where they realize that this episode's hitting so hard, they might have to bring him back.
That would be kind of
like James Gunn. I don't know.
Awkward, yeah. I don't know. I guess we don't know circumstances.
We don't know. But you saw he actually guest appeared in this episode.
Did he?
Yeah, right before the Tri-Sentinel blasts everyone on the rooftop, and they look it up, and there's a black couple, and you see him with the glasses and his haircut, and that's him and his boyfriend right there. I'm like, oh man, you gotta shut up.
Oh, and actually, what's the other thing I saw? The Watcher was there too.
The Watcher in the sky.
Yeah, in the sky.
Dude, so great. I mean,
I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest with you, but fair enough.
But no, that's classic Marvel. The Watcher always shows up when there's a significant amount of history.
He seems so MCU that's kind of out of place here. I mean, he was just there. It doesn't mean anything, but it was just interesting.
But it does, because he knew some shit was about to go down.
Right,
that's the whole reason
it makes sense that he's there. It's just kind of weird seeing that.
In a comic book sense, it makes total sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
The fact that Watcher hasn't showed up until recently is the weird part, but it also is kind of fun because now you're like, maybe they'll insert him in the background of other things, where you just see that outline.
Right,
like,
he's
kind of cool.
He's like a new Stan Lee. That would be. I'm fine with that, right? I'm good. Like every time you see him somewhere, that'd be kind of cool to play with that. As long as it doesn't have any story implications, I'm okay with that. But that was interesting. A lot of people caught that when I caught when I first saw. I was like, "Oh shit, is that?"
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
I mean, this episode, so many cameos, so many interesting things.
Really
Once
good.
again, my favorite part, Banshee, but that's just me. I mean, Banshee made me sad. Nightcrawler made me scared, but Magneto broke my heart, and Gambit just sucker punched my soul.
Gambit couldn't get the girl, and he got killed. Jesus, what a bad day! God.
But listen, talk about going out like a real G.
Oh, no, he went out like a G.
He
went out like a G, no doubt about it. That was a good death. That's a good death. He's all right. I'm taking y'all down.
That's just that line. The name's Gambit. Remember? Like, oh my god.
He went out like that. You're gonna go out like that. That's a really good ending of death, or whatever. At least temporary death. Whatever. That's the way to go. Well done.
That's the way to go.
Well done. Great episode. I'm looking forward. It's only halfway through, so I'm excited that we got 5 left or 5 more. So let's see where it goes. Let's see. So episode 10, he comes back. That's the mark. Anything before that? Let's hold off to the end. That could be like a big surprise, and the season ends with him. Hey guys.
You come in halfway through the end of episode 10, when the tide of battle is like it's going to be lost, and they have the cavalry show up. He's part of the cavalry. That's how you do it.
Magneto or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, all led by the new leader, Banshee.
Yes, exactly. You get it.
Now we're cooking. Let's go.
Bring back Banshee better. Said it.
But that being said, we're ending on a high note, and then other nuggets for the week.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the episode. We love you guys tuning in here. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube on the Latin Nerd Network. Don't forget to watch our other shows like The Watch List, like The Anderson Choice, and other shows coming along the way. I promise you we have so much more stuff to talk about with you guys. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Nerdsplaining Pod on Instagram, at Nerdsplaining_ on X, Twitter. If you like to listen to the original audio episodes, go to ericdasilva.com, ERICDASILVA. While you're there, don't forget to pick up my album, Adorably Offensive, a great album for anyone who wants to hear a good hour of comedy, or just if you want to piss off people who are easily offended, please get that album. I'm working on a new hour right now. I will give you more information that comes out. Trust me, it's going to be pretty cool. I want to brag, but it's pretty awesome. And of course, let us know what you thought about the show. Let us know what you liked about the show, your personal opinions on it. Don't forget to check out my comic, Danger Squad, at dangersquad.com. Got some big announcements coming for that in the summer, so stay tuned for that. It'll be really exciting as well. Once again, guys, my name's been Eric De Silva. This has been Jose Romero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.